Welcome to our Model 9890 setup video. This will help you get started with your new instrument from Interface Inc. First thing we want to make sure you're aware of is that you'll need to switch some switches in the back of the unit. And what these switches will do is tell the instrument whether it needs to supply excitation or not. In this case, we do want the 9890 to supply excitation, so we're going to put the switch on. The next thing it will do is set the range of millivolt input, and then the other switches will allow it to set the polarity and what type of source is coming in. In this case, we're using a millivolt per volt calibration box, so we've set it so that it'll accept that. Now what we're going to do is use the Meter View Pro software to set up the instrument. So as we open up the Meter View software, we're going to click the Configure section and then go right to the Setup tab. First thing we're going to do is set up the range to be, in this case, 150 millivolt. So basically that allows the full use of the A to D counts to be spread over 150 millivolts. Bipolar, because our box goes positive and negative, simulates compression and tension. And we're going to make sure that ratio metric switch is on. For the dual scale, we're going to disable that for now, but if by chance you wanted to have pounds and kg simultaneously displayed, you would enable that function. For the display, we're going to pick PV, that's the primary value, and set it to pound. And then line 2, we're going to set it to max, or for a peak. Display intensity, you can turn this up or down depending on how bright you want the display to show. And then analog output scale is optional depending on whether you purchased an instrument with analog output or not. In this case, we've set 0 to equal 4 milliamps, and 100 pounds to equal 20 milliamps. Once we're done with that section, we hit send to meter, and that stores it inside the instrument. Now we're going to go to the programming tab. This is where we actually set the scaling for the instrument. Right now we're going to pick 2 points, 0 and full scale, but we have options to pick many more, all the way up to, looks like 31 or more. So in this case, 2 points, 0 and full scale. At 0 millivolts, we want it to display 0. And at 20 millivolts, we want it to display 100. So we've entered these values. Now we can set the decimal point for the display. And it's an easy drop-down menu. We have 1 digit to the right of the decimal point is what we'd like to see. Once we're done, we hit send meter data again, and it'll upload these settings to the instrument. So not only do we have the ability to view the measurement on the screen of the 9890, but we also can do it through the software. That's called the monitor. So basically at the top of the screen, you click the monitor button, and now it shows you 3 different measurement types, as you can see: the primary value, the max value, and the min value. So as we take measurements, we can view them on the screen, or we can also view them on the instrument. Also to the right, you can set the logging if you'd like to log the data. So let's see how we did. I'm going to turn the calibrator box to 2 millivolt per volt. And it's set to negative now, so we're going to get a min value. In this case, the min value is 100.5 minus 100.5. I'm going to switch the polarity to positive, and then we're going to get a full scale value in the positive direction and set our max to 100. As I turn the dial back and set it to 0, the display goes back to 0, and you can see the peak, or the max, which we set for line 2, is set at 100. Thank you for watching our video, and please make sure you subscribe and look out for future videos from Interface Inc.